Everyone thinks Devin Haney wins, but one mistake against Keyshawn Davis could end his career. Watch this till the end.
Ain't but one guy. Hold on. That's just one guy. We ain't but one guy. It ain't but one guy keeping him away from him. That's Terence Crawford. Hey, but one guy.
Everyone in the room picked you to win. Everyone that I asked. Everyone.
Except for me.
That's heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't fuck with me.
You.
What's Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the video.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just seen the video.
Exactly. What would happen?
Take care of business. How does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
Knockout.
Say this.
Devin Haney being at 147, he called Devin Haney out. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
It's kind of a tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. It showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against knowing him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's gonna be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now, but Keyshawn is different. So when you got a guy that's different, and that's why I also see.
Terence Crawford has sent a clear warning to Devin Haney, saying that betting against Keyshawn Davis could be a big mistake. Crawford believes Davis brings real power and non-stop pressure, a style that could cause serious problems for Haney if he is not fully prepared.
I said I guarantee he'll beat you though.
How you gonna bet on somebody
I'm
else?
gonna bet on him against you.
I will beat you.
No, you can't beat me, but I bet he beat you and I beat.
Crawford also said that boxing is unforgiving, and if Haney underestimates Keyshawn Davis, the sport itself will humble him. According to Crawford, Davis fights with hunger and confidence, and those qualities can break fighters who think the fight will be easy.
The sport chew you up and spit you out. You know, out with the old and with the new.
Ali, as y'all were asking me questions, I think about Muhammad.
Keyshawn Davis is getting strong support from elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford, who treat him like family. Shakur has been closely guiding Davis, sharing knowledge and experience, and he firmly believes that this is Keyshawn's moment to shine.
When we kind of having our, that, nigga, come on.
Yeah.
We getting past that, and that was your turn, and I'm not gonna allow and sit back and allow you to even waste that talent that you got, because I've been told, Key, for years, bro, you could be one of the best. All you gotta do is just, boom, discipline.
You know, with both of y'all being the best, they always gonna want it. And I
gotta
know
come with it.
You know they always gonna want to see it, though. You know everybody always gonna want to see it.
We get to see it.
I want.
Davis has confirmed that talks are already happening behind the scenes, and he is confident the fight with Devin Haney will happen in 2026. If it does, it will be one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing, with fans already buzzing about the potential clash.
Let's do it. You know, I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted like, Keyshawn, let's do it. I mean,
he said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted like something like that. Yeah.
Well, you know, Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media, so I know it's going to happen in 2026.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it makes money, it makes sense.
Right. So obviously I want to get your take on your brother, Shakur, dominant performance.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Keyshawn Davis, highlighting the level of opponents he has faced and his impressive speed. Jones believes Davis is rising fast and has all the tools needed to become a major star in the sport.
Competition, he's fought some elite guys, he's come up short, but he's always fought hard, he's never been stopped. I thought Keyshawn looked really, really good early on in that fight. He looked very poised, and Jermaine was fighting a fight that you typically don't see him fight. Jermaine is known for being very physical, very rough, and he's gonna make it dirty if he has to. He was laying back, and it looked like he was allowing Keyshawn to take some ground and get established, but then Ortiz flipped the script and changed the game plan. He started to get into his normal bag of roughhousing and making things dirty. And I said, man, I like that. I was telling Shakur, I was in the locker room watching. I said, I like what he did right there, because he went away, let you get comfortable, and then he said, no, here I am. I'm going to be the guy that you actually thought you was going to be fighting, but I'm not going to do it in the first round. You saw Keyshawn have to make some adjustments too. And
However, Roy Jones Jr. also advised Davis to take 1 or 2 more fights before stepping in with Haney. In his view, those extra fights could sharpen Davis even more and make him fully ready for a high-pressure elite matchup.
Different. You understand me? So when you gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy, you can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or 2 before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's gonna become to beat.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough fight, you know, for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too. You can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or 2 from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to you want to scream, I'm back. That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going.
Trainer Greg Hackett shared his honest thoughts on a possible Davis versus Haney fight, saying boxing needs matchups like this to grow. He explained that when 2 fighters understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, the stakes are higher and the fight means more. Hackett reminded fans that matchups like Haney versus Shakur, Haney versus Teofimo Lopez, and now Davis versus Haney are what separate elite fighters from the rest.
And we need fights like that is because there's things each one of them know about each other. They know that those are great fights. We need those fights. We need those fights. We need the Dev and Shakur. We need the Dev and Tio. We need the Africa and Shakur, the Africa and Tio. Then we need the Gary Antoine mixed in there. We need the Lamont Roach mixed in there. It's a lot of guys. The Abdullah Masons mixed in there. It's a lot of guys we need mixed in there. You know what I'm saying? These are the fights we need. Those other guys, the B class, C class guys, they can't keep up with them, either physically or mentally, or both together. They can't keep up with them. You see it.
What kind of message do you think Keyshawn, made it in possibly the 40 to 47 division, beating Jermaine Ortiz the way he did?
I mean, I don't know. 47 is a different division. That was at 140.
Hackett also spoke about Davis's win over Jermaine Ortiz, saying it looked strong at 140 pounds but that 147 will bring new challenges. Still, he does not believe Davis is too small, pointing out that fighters often look bigger on TV than they really are. For Hackett, the key is whether Davis can stay consistent and calm as he moves up, and he believes Davis has what it takes.
Is he too small for 147? He looked good at 40.
No, I don't think he's too small. These guys only look real big on TV. When you see these guys in person, they don't be that big. You know what I'm saying? So he's not too small, no. The thing is, with Keyshawn, can he keep it together? Can he keep it together mentally? If he can keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn. If he do that he say he been doing, which I don't know if he was lying or not, saying that he was drinking and camp and shit like that, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's a lie. I don't know if it's, if he was telling the truth. I don't know. But if he could keep it together mentally, then we see great fights out of Keyshawn.
Say Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney happen next. Who would you favor?
It's tough to...
An analyst recently reacted to Keyshawn Davis claiming that no one can beat him from 140 to 147 pounds. Davis has openly said he wants Devin Haney next before moving to welterweight, a division many fans feel is lacking excitement right now due to limited fresh matchups.
40 to 47. And he says he wants to fight Jermaine Ortiz and then move up to welterweight, which would be perfect because, like I told you, I really am the best in this business. Like, everything I say is like clockwork, right? It's amazing to me. Sometimes I amaze myself. So what am I talking about? I literally just said welterweight is dry. It's a stale, stagnant, horrible division right now. Not too many ways to mix and match the guys. And then the guys you could mix and match are pretty much busy. The Ryans, the Barrioses, and the Rollies, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And I told you it's going to require, this is how it works in the sport of boxing. I know because I've been here.
The analyst explained that boxing becomes more exciting when fighters move up in weight and create new rivalries. He pointed to examples like Jaron Boots Ennis moving up and bringing life to the 154-pound division. He believes welterweight could see the same boost if fighters like Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Gary Antoine Russell make the jump.
Can't make 40 anymore, just like Jaron Boots Ennis couldn't make 47, and he moved up to 154. Now 54 is cracking. They got 54 out here cracking. Tons of names where you can mix and match the Funduras, the Virgil Ortiz, Jermell Charlo, possibly Errol Spence, Murda Zailev, Boots, right? You got tons of ways you can mix and match these people. 47 right now is dry, so it's going to take Shakur's and the Keyshawns and Gary Antoine Russells or the El Rayos, you know, different Edwin De Los Santos, Matias, different guys to move up to start to purge and like fill out the division. Right now, it's not many options. Again, Devin versus Louis Crockpot is a terrible fight, and I don't know anyone that wants to.
Keyshawn Davis has now officially announced that he will fight Louis Crocker before facing Devin Haney. This surprised many fans, especially since Davis had called out Haney immediately after knocking out Jermaine Ortiz and never mentioned Crocker in that moment.
Like Devin Haney. So, after you knocked out Jermaine Ortiz, let me get this straight. After you stopped Jermaine Ortiz, you made no mention of Louis Crocker. The first name you called out was Devin Haney, and the only name. Unless I missed the rest of the interview. And now you saying you had a deal in place to fight Louis Crocker next. And then if it's worth your while, then you'll fight Devin Haney. Because, and I get it, he believes that he needs to get this belt from Louis Crocker for them to value him the way he wants to be valued.
Davis explained that fighting Crocker first is a strategic move because Crocker holds a belt. A win would increase Davis's value and strengthen his position when negotiating with Haney. While some fans see this as smart business and others call it misleading, one thing is clear: Davis continues to be one of the most talked about rising stars in boxing.
Fight in negotiations with leverage with Devin Haney. I get it. So what's the point in calling out Devin Haney? Why didn't you tell the world, I'm going to fight Louis Crocker next? Because he knows it's not going to be acceptable. If he came out and he says, after Jermaine Ortiz, I'm fighting Louis Crocker, he knows that the fans ain't going to accept that. So he's saying Devin Haney multiple times because he understands what Devin Haney represents. This is what many people will call clout chasing. So you're using Devin Haney's name, but you know you have no intentions of fighting him next? Make this make sense. It all makes sense.
Floyd Schofield also shared his opinion on a potential Davis versus Haney fight, admitting both fighters bring excitement. However, he believes Haney's experience and maturity give him the edge. Schofield said Davis looked strong against Jermaine Ortiz, but Ortiz never fully imposed himself, which may have made Davis's performance appear more dominant than it truly was.
No matter which one go up there, Devin is Devin. Devin going to show up. It's going to be a great fight with either one of them. Because Devin took a loss, and he don't want to take another loss, whether he got it cleaned off his record or not. He don't want to take another one.
Fight though, I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them are good fight. Even I don't think Keyshawn is going to beat Devin. I really don't believe Keyshawn will beat Devin.
Too much experience? Why?
I don't know. I just don't see. But off my prediction yesterday, I'm not gonna get that because people will say things. But skill wise, I don't believe this new Devin that showed up his last fight. Keyshawn is gonna be able to run through like he did Ortiz, a smaller guy who seemed like he didn't want to be in there.
I ain't gonna lie, as much as I don't like Devin, I did not expect Devin to do that to no.
Strengths, are you looking for weaknesses? Like which one do you prioritize?
I look for everything. I look for where you get cut at every single fight. I look for if somebody fights you dirty, do you complain? I look for all that shit, because everything that's a weakness, I'm gonna use to my advantage.
Like prediction for the fight.
I'm gonna knock his ass out. He's getting up out of there. He's getting up out of there. if y'all gamble respect on that shit, y'all gonna, yeah, I'm gonna get his ass back.
You referenced Devin Haney possibly vacating the belts.
Yeah.
Do you think after you get a belt, you'll eventually see him at like 140, 147?
I was about to say shit. Oh, hell yeah. Like, I love to go to 140. Like, after I won my first world title 35, I defended one time. I would have no problem going to 140 and test the waters out there and becoming champion at 2 different weight classes, just holding that shit down. Because I know I can do it.
All right, so give me your hit list in order. Because you've been going at it with Frank.